Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Hi, I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively ready, Office Blokes.
Yes, we are.
We've got a Patreon channel, believe it or not.
We have got a Patreon channel. Go to patreon.com, put in Office Blokes React, and why not join all the other people that have been an absolute massive support to us.
Huge.
Go and have a look. Yeah, it's been fantastic. Couldn't do without you. Yes,
appreciate
check
that.
it out.
Got
We do indeed.
Got a couple of other channels as well.
We do. We have
Yeah.
Office Blokes Try, where we try stuff. And so far we've tried, well, when I say we, Dave has tried the One Chip Challenge, which is ready to be launched on February the 5th.
I already launched it out last
At a
night.
device near you. Yeah, Dave's been launching them all day.
From all ends.
Yep.
Pebble dashing.
And we pebble dashing, pissing. And we got a podcast channel as well.
We
haven't
do. Every
Yeah.
Friday night, 6 p.m. British Standard Time, podcast comes out where we talk shite for about an hour.
We talk more shite than we usually do.
And if you're interested in that, like it, listen to it, comment, and if you don't watch it, and if we don't get enough views, we'll cancel it.
Yeah, simple as that.
Yeah,
Busy.
and look at that.
Yeah.
Merch.
Bit of merch as well, link in the description. That's a great way of showing support, isn't it?
Yeah.
Buzzing off the fact
And
that
you
people are buying
too.
merch.
Yeah, of
Could
course.
look
Yeah.
as cool as us.
You could look as cool as one of us. So yeah, buy some merch, please. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Best Super Bowl commercials in the Super Bowl history. I have heard about Super Bowl commercials, like at the halftime and stuff. They have epic, like Budweiser adverts or
Take up
stuff
the whole
where they're just
slot or something, do they?
I think so, but I've only heard people allude to it on maybe on like The Simpsons, or when you just in passing you hear people talk about it. So I've never watched any Super Bowl. I've never watched a Super Bowl, so
Really?
never watched it. No, I've never watched a game of American football.
I thought you had. I thought you'd watch the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl advert commercials are probably the most expensive advertising space in television, I believe.
Wow.
Is it?
Or it's something like that. Depends on how long you have, and it's usually taken up by Budweiser, Pepsi. Don't know all the big names.
massive
Coca-Cola.
multinationals.
Yeah, the big
can
branding
imagine.
names. And I think the halftime or whenever it is during the Super Bowl, certain periods are obviously more expensive than others, and people work on them so they've got the best commercial. Like, I think you see some of them are Christmas commercials over here.
Right.
So you'll see John Lewis work all year round to get the best commercial out for Christmas.
Do like an extended
It's
one,
the same
don't
with
they?
it's the same with this type thing.
Right.
It's where they work on it to get the best commercial out during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because the Christmas ones are a huge tradition.
Yeah,
It's
massive.
crazy.
I know a lot of money spent on not only the cost of putting the commercial out, but the actual space that you're buying as well.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
Big thing. Yeah.
Doritos Flaming Hot though, they're not, are they?
Not compared to the One Chip Challenge.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into it. So, best Super Bowl commercials in Super Bowl history.
The Super Bowl is one of the most watched sporting events on earth, and a big draw for viewers who aren't football fans are the creative, funny, and expensive commercials that come with it. After more than 50 games since 1967, here are the best Super Bowl ads we've ever seen. Viewers tuning in to watch the 49ers take on the Bengals back in 1989 Super Bowl 23 had a nice surprise waiting for them. Even more surprising than the Bengals making the game in the first place. We're talking about the Bud Bowl, a beer versus beer campaign that left a big impression. The stop-motion ad series saw Bud Light and Budweiser go head-to-head in an ultimate battle to determine which was superior.
That's for you, pal. 23 all blue. Hut.
The Bud Bowl was spread across several commercial breaks, keeping viewers invested up until a final spot, showing the last play of a tie game. As time expires, the Budweiser team's kicker makes a field goal, winning the matchup and leaving viewers with a conclusion that Bud is best. When supermodel Cindy Crawford
with that.
stopped to get a
Clever, that.
Pepsi during 1992 Super Bowl 26, she entered the zeitgeist with the most iconic ad the soda brand has ever come up with. Set to the tune of Doris Troy's Just One Look, two young boys watch Crawford, mesmerized. She walks up to a Pepsi vending machine and takes a long drink while striking a supermodel-y pose. And then they say what's on every viewer's minds.
Is that a great new Pepsi can or what?
The ad was so popular, it still gets parodied. In 2016, Pepsi recreated it as an animated short using emojis, and Crawford has also helped James Corden recreate
come
the
on.
ad with his own spin.
No
Which
shit.
version is sexier? It's hard to choose.
Let's get out of here.
For anyone
It's everywhere.
It's like dog shit.
I
Isn't it?
know, yeah.
It's everywhere.
A bad smell. What I don't like about that, or what I was going to say I didn't like about that before James Corden's face popped up, it's disgraceful in this modern era that you can just objectify a drink like that. It's just nonsense, isn't it? I thought we were better than that.
I didn't see what was in it. I was just looking at the label.
Yeah.
Very good.
Wondering why the last living Golden Girl had such a big career revival, this 2010 Snickers ad is why. The spot shows Betty playing football, doing about as well as an 88-year-old woman could. After getting called out by her teammates, she gets handed a Snickers bar, and everything changes. The player's not an old lady, he was just playing like one, and all he needed to get his groove back was a bite of peanutty goodness.
You're playing like...
That's the Snickers advert in this country, but it's Mr. T, and it's Get Some Nuts. There's a football player, and he's like complaining and stuff. And who is he?
I've not seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's someone big, and then he gets the Snickers, and it's like, get some nuts, and then he goes back to himself and starts.
The Mr. T one was quite a while ago, I think, wasn't it?
I'm confusing too. It's not Mr.
Possibly,
T.
yeah.
But yeah, that same. It's just sort of our version of it is over here. I can't remember who it is though.
They had one over here, but I think you're thinking of maybe the Joan Collins one.
It's Joan Collins.
Yeah, I think that was a different product.
Snickers. There's definitely a Snickers one.
Google it.
Might have been that one. Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Be white out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
Baby!
We're not sure if team nutritionists would be down with the snack choice, but the ad was a hit anyway, sparking a whole campaign using the "You're not you when you're hungry" slogan. There was a time when basketball was dominated by two greats, Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. In 1993, these two went head-to-head on McDonald's behalf during Super Bowl 27. The spot opens with Jordan bringing a Big Mac and fries onto the court, only to find Bird, who challenges him for the meal with a game of horse.
Play you for it. You and me for my Big Mac. First one to miss watches the winner eat.
The challenge inspires the most extreme game of horse ever played. Shot after shot with nothing but net has these two greats escalating things until finally they end up calling shots on the top of a skyscraper. We don't see who wins, but it doesn't matter. The idea of doing the impossible to get a Big Mac stuck in viewers' minds, making it one of McDonald's most successful ads ever. Monster.com was a fairly new company in 1999 when it purchased 3 30-second spots during Super Bowl 33. At the cost of $4 million, the spots took up a huge chunk of the company's marketing budget, but they paid off in a big way. After the game ended, job searches on the site reportedly surged from 600 per minute to 2,900. How'd it happen? By perfectly playing on people's emotions.
When I grow up, I want to be underappreciated.
The award-winning spot made viewers dwell upon the jobs they had and inspired them to think about the jobs they wanted, a search the company was happy to assist with. There's a time and place to enjoy Doritos, or at least that's what some people think. This ad for the corn chips brand from 2016 Super Bowl 50 featured a mother-to-be calling out the father of her child for enjoying a snack at her ultrasound. As she finds out, though, not everyone in the room is bothered by it. The bizarre ad is the result of a consumer submission contest called Crash the Super Bowl, which invited amateurs to submit their own.
It's the sort of thing like wannabe dads doing it. That's a dad thing,
Yeah,
innit? Or I don't know, to be dad.
Yeah, definitely.
The guy thing.
Yeah.
Stupidity.
I like the bit at the end though where she threw it down that way, and then they all looked at each other because the baby's going to
go.
come out.
Yeah.
Commercial ideas. It didn't win the contest, but it actually proved more popular with audiences than the one that won. It's just that memorable. In 2007, Snickers kicked up a little controversy, but if you don't take their commercial too seriously, it's pretty amusing. The ad opens with a couple of guys working on a car. One of them pulls out a Snickers and starts eating it. Unable to help himself, the other guy goes to town on the opposite end, Lady and the Tramp style. The two apparently straight men then share an accidental moment of unintended intimacy.
I think we just accidentally kissed. Quick, do something manly.
You don't need us to tell you that some people found this ad offensive, even though it's more making fun of stereotypes than actually indulging in them. Regardless of what the ad was trying to say, the mixed response was enough to get it pulled off the air. But come on, we know you laughed. How do you make a dog?
It's funny adverts.
People need to get over themselves if they're offended by
Sense
that.
of humour.
It's
You know
funny.
what I mean?
It's funny.
Yeah.
But the commercials like that sticking, especially in my mind anyway, because it's creative, it's funny.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of like go in untouched ground if you want.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Snickers' whole brand is like that, though, isn't it? It's like sort of aimed at being a manly sort of. Same with Yorkie over here.
Yorkie wasn't it? Yeah, definitely. But they do stick in your mind, don't they? The funny ones always stick in your mind.
I just like the creativity one.
Yeah.
Some things that are really, I mean, marketing's such a broad sort of like area where you go into with advertising.
Massive, huge.
The creativity side really sort of like lights me up. If something's really creative, then I'll buy it or use it.
Yeah,
this is where I think mainstream TV is going to die, though, to a degree, because that advert gets pulled off TV. Obviously, it breaks some regulations, or regulators got involved,
guidelines, and
put it on YouTube, and then everyone can just watch it. And the same with, you can't swear. There's a watershed on TV, but you just upload it to YouTube, and any time of the day you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more and more content, like say online now, YouTube and Netflix and
so
places like that.
TV, that old model where they're restricting themselves that much is going to become outdated quickly, because your alternative is internet. You can have whatever you want,
and it's affordable.
True.
Cry. That's the question posed by this Budweiser ad from Super Bowl 34. The spot opens on a Western film scene with a dog lying by a man's body. It's supposed to be sad, but the dog looks way too happy. To motivate the dog, the director asks him to think about his worst memory, which turns out to be a day when he was denied a frosty Budweiser. After thinking about this devastating memory, the dog howls, pleasing everyone on set. It's kind of a weird advertisement, since dogs aren't really known for loving beer. But it's perfectly on brand for a company known for commercials about talking frogs, athletic beer bottles, and men screaming, "What's up?" Sometimes it feels like birds are looking down on us like we've got targets on our heads. At least that's how it feels when they mess up your windshield. That's the basis for this ad, which aired during Super Bowl 31. The Top Gun-inspired spot imagines flocks of birds as a military force, swooping around the skies on campaigns of annihilation. They unleash their bombing campaign on everything in sight, except for a freshly washed Nissan, which they just can't seem to lock onto.
This is Dirty Bird. Do you read me?
Dirty Bird, this here Sky Rat. I copy.
I've spotted a gold mine with a freshly washed beauty.
The birds try every trick in the book to hit their target, finally being denied by a closed garage door. So there you have it. If you drive a Nissan, you'll never be pooped on again. The year before Michael Jordan went toe-to-toe with Larry Bird in their epic game of horse, the NBA legend met a player drawn with a different brush, Bugs Bunny. The 1992 Nike ad starts out with a game of basketball causing a ruckus on the roof of Bugs' burrow, leading the wild hair to hit the surface and see what's going on. When the ballers bully Bugs, he makes a call to the Bulls' best player to go up against them.
What'd you expect? Elmer Fudd?
The ad came out 4 years before Jordan and Bugs met again in Space Jam and ended up being a huge success. The collaboration even got a sneaker nod in 2015 with the Air Jordan 7 retro hair. Where do babies come from is a question parents dread. It's also the focus of a big-budget ad by Kia, which aired during 2013's Super Bowl 47. When the father in the ad is hit with the question, he spins a yarn about Babylandia, a special planet full of babies who leave their world to come to Earth, like a 21st century version of the old stork story. When the story finishes, the kid
that kid like Putin. Let's go back a bit.
That one.
No, yeah.
Little Vlad making fun with
when he's in the spaceship and his face was going, that was even more so.
Babylandia, a special planet full of babies who leave their world to come to Earth, like a 21st century version of the old stork story. When the story finishes, the kid reveals he might know more about the truth than he was letting on, leading the desperate dad to call an audible with an assist from his car.
But Jake said babies are made when mommies and daddies...
You go, play with us on the bus.
Beyond highlighting the voice command feature, the car the ad is selling is only in the commercial for about 10 seconds, demonstrating that the most successful ads are more about getting attention than anything else. Pretty much every person post-Star Wars has at one time or another attempted to use the Force. Why not? It'd be a great way to end an argument. With this 2011 ad, Volkswagen takes this childhood fantasy to heart, employing a young child decked out in full Darth Vader regalia to exert his will around his house. He tries to anyway. When Dad pulls into the driveway in his new VW, Vader runs outside and tries to manipulate the car. Thanks to Dad's key fob and some remote ignition tricks, his power actually works this time. Kind of. Once again, the ad doesn't share too much about the car, but people have been talking about this commercial for years, and Volkswagen has been reaping the benefits ever since. Apple showed it.
It's a great idea, that, with the kids.
That ad's made it over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to remember it over here.
I've seen it.
Definitely, yeah.
It's crazy that, isn't it? Because you're talking about the budget of the advert and how much it cost for the Super Bowl, but then they're getting exported even to this country, these adverts.
Well,
so
the adverts
They'll
are
be
used.
worldwide, won't they, probably?
Yeah.
They got to be. The amount they cost.
True.
You know what I mean? The production of them all, it's massive production, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All these
huge, yeah.
The creativity on some of them, though, is just genius.
Don't we make
They're
adverts
good.
here
Yeah.
for people, though, for like a £5?
£4.50.
£4.50, that's the
Plus
one.
VAT.
Yeah, Office Blokes Super Bowl commercial. Can you imagine that? If we won the Euro Millions and had like 100 million in the bank, we'd have to get a Super Bowl commercial for
that'd
us.
be great. Yeah.
A flair for the dramatic back in 1984 with its first commercial for the Macintosh personal computer. The dystopian commercial is a take on George Orwell's novel 1984. Making it extra momentous, the ad only aired on national television one time during Super Bowl 18. Directed by Ridley Scott of Blade Runner and Alien fame, the ad made an incredible impression.
We shall prevail.
The ad itself was a cinematic groundbreaker and made it seem like Apple was about to do nothing less than change the world. Some analysts have gone so far as to call it the best commercial of all time. When Super Bowl 53 cut to what looked like a Budweiser commercial, millions of viewers paid attention. The brand usually brings something funny to the big game, and this starts out looking like another winner, with a character called the Bud Knight getting ready for a joust. But then something shocking happens. The Bud Knight loses really badly. Off-screen, the mascot's mysterious opponent can then be heard gouging out the eyes of the Bud Knight, a disgustingly violent thing not usually seen on TV. It's also a clear reference to that time that the mountain that rides did the same thing to a cocky Dornishman on HBO's Game of Thrones. Just as the viewer is putting that together, a dragon soars overhead as the show's theme song kicks in. This isn't just an ad for Bud Light, it's for Game of Thrones. That might be the only thing people love more than beer. Outside of the football stadium, bone-crunching tackles can be kinda terrifying. But in this 2003 ad from Reebok, they're also really funny. The campaign introduces a fictional linebacker named Terry Tate, who puts in hours at an office instead of on the field.
And since Terry's been with us, our productivity has gone up 46%.
The ad is less about...
Isn't Terry Tate one of the Essex boys?
What do you mean?
The ones that got murdered in the Range Rover, the gangsters.
Not sure. Don't remember
That's
that.
like 20 years ago or something. There's been movies made about it. Rise of the Foot Soldier. No?
Never heard of it.
Pat Tate, that's the one. And I think the other one's
I
called
can't remember
Terry.
20 minutes ago, let alone 20 years ago.
It's one of my favourite movies.
I wasn't here 20 years ago.
Reebok brand and more about making the audience laugh. So much so that a lot of people forget that the spot is even a Reebok commercial. The ad was so well received it launched several sequels, all of which did well, though not well enough to keep people from goofing off at work. Really, the ads are amusing distractions of their own. Exactly the...
Lawrence Taylor's number.
Oh, is it?
Isn't it?
Is it?
56.
Is that like a subtle dig at him, do you think?
Not a dig at
Or like,
his
you know...
his linebacker, wasn't he?
Yeah.
kind of thing that Terry Tate wouldn't approve of. So for your own sake, stop playing around and get back to work. Check out one of our newest videos right here.
That was really good.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
really,
I love the
really
creativity of advertising.
No, they're brilliant, some of them, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, I'd love the one earlier on, the Budweiser one with the two teams.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
But the interesting
really
thing on that
clever.
is they kept it going and put in
all
different
the
parts
way
of the
through.
breaks all the way through to keep you sort of like, to keep you on the
Yeah,
edge.
it's really clever one, that.
It's a bit of an afterthought in this country, I think, the adverts.
Not anymore. I think it used to be.
Adverts are amazing, but we don't have that. I know we said before the Christmas adverts are huge over here, but we don't have like World Cup final halftime advert that's...
Yeah,
it's not an iconic thing, is it?
Difference being is World Cup final, we're never in it, are we, for the football?
No,
this
would relate to something like our FA Cup final or something like similar sort of. That's the if you're going to sort of like compare, then it'd be our FA Cup final sort of thing. And but it depends again. These huge adverts that go out, but again, advertising in this country it's not as big as a draw as it is in America.
No.
The population of America to what the audience you're going to.
Bigger audience.
I think probably the Super Bowl this weekend is going to be on CBS or something. It's like free-to-air TV. Everyone gets it. You get the FA Cup final over here. It's not on BBC anymore. It's probably changed this season because of COVID and all that. But you look at all the TV, you have to pay for it. It's all paid. You have to pay for all sport over here.
I would watch a lot more football if I didn't have to pay for it.
Correct.
To be honest, because I'm not getting Sky just to watch the football.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of sports that I love boxing, but I mean, a lot of it is pay-per-view now, isn't it? And whereas years ago, you used to get a lot of it on ITV.
Yeah,
just free to air.
I subscribe to that DAZN. Dazen, I don't even pronounce it. I think it's Canadian. And I subscribe to them, £1.99 a month, and I get all the boxing.
Oh, really? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, I have to look into that.
But yeah, anyway, hope you guys like that too. Run up to the Super Bowl and all that if it's out in time, if you don't get blocked or banned.
We've had a bad run lately.
We've had a very bad run. Yeah, so and looking forward to the Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Cheers.